This is my keyboard, the HyperX Alloy Origins keyboard with red switches. I bought it back in September of 2021, close to the beginning of my OSU journey. At the end of 2022, Wooting suddenly popped up in the OSU scene with their so-called Hall effect switches, taking the community by storm. The special thing about these contactless magnetic analog switches is a software feature called Rapid Trigger, which lets you reset your actuation at any moment, allowing you very precise inputs, which is game changing for OSU. Since then, many people have started using Wooting's keyboards, their uwu keypad, or even cheap alternatives like the Sayu device. If you want more infos about the specs and features of their keyboards, I'll link a video up there so you can find out anything you may need to know. I stuck with my HyperX for a long time. It's been almost 3 years since I originally bought it. It has served me well, but it's time for some change. So this is my new custom keyboard build. Since I liked Rapid Trigger on the uwu keypad, I knew I was going to make my new keyboard using the Wooting 60HE Plus module. Also quick info before we begin. Because I'm not a crazy keyboard enthusiast, I let my friend Lelle build it. Since he's from Sweden, I shipped all the parts there, so he can build it and let it be shipped back to me. And therefore some of the prices are in Swedish crowns. Let's look at this beauty in detail. All white, so clean. For the case, I chose a very basic one that many use for their 60% builds, the Tofu 60 aluminium case in white. I bought the case from KBD Fans, which including shipping cost me 848 Swedish crowns, which is 76.14 €. For the PCB and plate, I bought the Wooting 60HE Plus module right from the website. Since I'm from Germany, I got the German ISO layout. The module costs 154.99 € on their website. For the switches, I chose the Lecker L45s. The 60HE usually comes with L60 switches, but since these switches are heavier than reds, I went with the lighter L45s since their springs are the same weight as normal red switches. They cost an additional 20 €. Including shipping, my order from Wooting came out to be 2,263 Swedish crowns, which is 193.16 €. Left now are just the keycaps. I really like the profile that my HyperX keyboard uses. I went for the same profile for my keycaps, the OEM profile. I decided I want to go for white keycaps for the beginning, and at some point I maybe even switch them if I feel like it. To make matters more easy, I simply purchased my keycaps straight from HyperX so they have the right profile and so they're similar to my old ones. I went with their plain white keycaps, they're double shot and made of PBT material. Shipping was free and the keycaps cost me 24.78 €. Anyways, while building, we took a few measures to enhance the keyboard sound and feel. Firstly, we used the Tofu 60's included foam, which went right into the bottom of the case. This is used to make the keyboard sound less hollow. Next up, we did some tape modding on the back of the PCB. This makes the keyboard sound a bit deeper, getting that foggy feel to the sound profile, which many people enjoy. After that, the PCB was screwed into the case and then we went right into putting in all the switches. I didn't want any extra lubing on the switches, since I feel like they already sound pretty good out of the box, and in my mind, lubing switches just makes them inconsistent, which I really don't want for my OSU experience. Sound test is coming a bit later in the video as well, don't worry. The Wooting stabilizers are already pre-looped, which reduces the rattling sound, which you often find on the bigger keys like the spacebar or backspace keys. There it was, fully finished. Additionally, I decided to use a white coiled cable, simply for aesthetics and to really complement the build. Wooting was so kind to send me one of their coiled cables free of charge. Shout out to Wooting. The cable runs you up to 54.99, which I think is worth it. It feels very high quality and additionally it is packaged really nicely as well. So the total price of this keyboard comes out to 349.07 € if you exclude the shipping from Sweden. And if you leave out the coiled cable, it's just under 300 €. The sound of a keyboard matters a lot to many keyboard enthusiasts. So if you're one of those, enjoy the following sound and typing test. I'm gonna sound test it in comparison to my old keyboard, so you can really hear the difference. And mind that the Wooting switches are not even looped. They could be sounding even cleaner and foggier if you put the extra effort. As you can see, the keyboard sounds really clean. Especially the big keys like the spacebar and backspace keys sound amazing. And remember, they come like this out of the box. And so you guys get an understanding of what typing on it sounds like, I did the MonkeyType thing, just listen to it and enjoy. As you can see, very clean. And before I keep repeating myself that it's that clean, here's a little OSU playing experience, or gameplay, ASMR, whatever you want to call it. So, do I think going from this to this is worth it? 100%. The typing experience on this keyboard is just amazing. Legit, I've not had any better keyboard. Just, like, the spacebar alone is so good. For me, the biggest change, probably the layout, like 60%. Going from this TKL to the very much smaller 60% was definitely a big change that I had to get used to, but I think it's worth it. And obviously, the rapid trigger for OSU is a game changer. Like I said like a million times. It's crazy good. So if you've been thinking about getting a new keyboard, this one's worth it. And I'm not saying this like Wooting is not paying me. I'm saying this out of my own matters. I know they gave me the cable, the coiled cable for free, but this is my own opinion. I think it's worth it. And it's literally very easy to build for a custom keyboard as well. There's not much to do. You basically just put everything into the case, and you're done. And the sound you get for that is crazy. To achieve a sound like this, you would need to like loop every single spring and this and that. And like 10 out of 10, I can recommend it. Thank you for watching the video. I love my new keyboard. Bye.